Hello, everybody, and welcome back. My name is Marcus.
And Paul,
There you go.
yeah.
And welcome to COC STV. For the uninitiated, it's Children of Change, Stop the Violence. First
Yes,
up,
sir.
welcome to our Fed Up section. Today, we have a couple of topics that I feel like is going to be pretty engaging, or at least a lot of people will be able
Ooh,
to
yeah.
understand exactly what perspective we're coming from.
I agree.
So, first things first, if it's okay with you, I'll start.
I want you to go first
All
because
right, all right. So today, what I'm fed up about, I would say, is how come in government, how come we have so many elderly individuals in there? Not just like 50s, high 40s, 50s, 60s, but like 70s, 80s, like
you mean like
maybe
the
even more.
president?
Not even just the president, like we were saying before, the Supreme Court,
Yes.
Congress. Why do we have so many elderly individuals, elderly politicians in charge of a lot of our youth, middle class, middle age citizens' future?
Yes,
And
sir.
also a lot of people don't realize this. A lot of the laws that they enact for the country, for the betterment of the country, don't apply to them. One big example is affordable health care, Obamacare, or any type of law affecting the medical field. More times than not, any high government official does not apply. They have their own privatized insurance, they have their own privatized doctor. Case in point, when Trump got COVID, he had his whole different doctor in his own separate different area. He had taken what the news was saying, more experimental vaccines and meds that helped him
Yes.
recover, that none of us knew about at the time.
Quickly.
And
Quickly.
yeah, exactly. He recovered way quickly. How come none of us, either middle class, low class, or just high class individuals, we don't even know exactly what happened unless we were in the loop?
Yes,
Like
sir.
a lot of the things that they do for us don't apply to them. And then whatever they do for them, well, if we do, it's illegal. Inside trading. There's so many different politicians that have these little fingers in all these different companies that know exactly what's gonna happen, where it's gonna happen, when it's gonna happen. There's a lot of people out there today that follow different politicians to know exactly what's the next thing that's gonna happen. With the one example is with military stocks, Lockheed Martin, Boeing, uh, any other military specific or focused company making anything military related. People will follow politicians in regards to investing in them, which completely makes sense. If you were in the loop, you would have known to invest in so and so company before the Ukraine Russian war. Like if you knew this and that, then you would have know what company to put in before the Iraq war. Like they do these low key scummy stuff and it's okay for them, but then when we do it, it's not right.
Going to jail.
Like I don't agree with it at all. Me personally, I believe in any position in government, you shouldn't be over 55. I do believe we need some older people. I would say maybe between 40 and 50,
Right.
45 and 55 would be the max age. I believe that because we still need some people, some wise people in government to let people know, let the younger politicians know exactly what happened in the past, areas that we can improve upon, and give their opinions on things that they believe might actually improve in the country. I'm not saying every single elderly politician is bad and we should kick them out, but I'm saying we shouldn't have 85, 90 people with like way different perspectives of the country still leading this country in their perspectives from way back in the day when, as we all know, things change.
Yes, sir.
I'm really fed up about that, and that nobody or not a lot of people really understand that and are really in that perspective. But there's like one thing also, president has 2 terms.
Right.
Congress, Supreme Court officials, longer terms. Like we need to make
Indefinitely.
yep,
Lifetime.
we need to make these things make sense. But that's what I'm fed up about.
All right. So can I get in on your fed up?
Yeah.
Bro, listen. Like you just got to say, Supreme Court has a lifetime. Once they're appointed
Mm-hmm.
by a president, they're now a lifetime. They can go into the 80, 90, Fuck, if they live to be 100, they're
Even
sitting
higher.
on that bench. And it's wrong. I'm sorry. If the president of the United States gets 2 terms, what makes them special?
I agree.
What happens to me, my personal opinion, is that these guys, after their first, second, fifth term, they get comfortable. They no longer have to answer to the people who elected them, because only time they need us is to get reelected.
Yep.
Up until that point in time, they have what they call, you know what it is, lobbyists.
Yep.
Lobbyist comes along because, hey, Marcus, when's your next election? Oh, next year. You need a few million to run this election, don't you? Well, we need something passed. And guess what Marcus does?
Legal bribing.
They
Lobbyists.
also, lobbyist comes along and goes, hey, your kid's in college? I mean, in college for the next 4 years? How much do we need to get this taken care of? Oh, okay, so how much do we need to get this law passed? And it continues. So what happens is, when you get these old timers in position of power, these lobbyists come along and can now legally bribe them.
Mm-hmm.
We, as the people who have voted and elected them, they don't give a fuck what we need.
Yep.
They promised. Because remember, they promised us the world. All this is going to take place, and this is going to happen, and we're going to do this for you. And then these guys come along, and everything they said to us is bullshit. So me personally, to those that listen to us, that let's pass some laws that says these politicians can have 2. No. Let's give them 3 terms.
Yeah, 3.
Okay? 3 terms. No matter what your age. If you got in there, all right, you've been there. Now it's time your term runs out. Because you know something? We get fresh blood.
Mm-hmm.
Along with fresh blood, they out there being held accountable. Because to get reelected, they got to get our votes, not the lobbyists.
I agree.
So that's just my point of view.
I appreciate that. Thank you on your opinion and your perspective.
Anytime, brother. You know, this is what we're here for.
What about your fed up?
My fed up, brother, I seem to keep running into the same shit. The subject is on migrants. The war that's being waged on them down in Texas. Again, it's gotten crazy, bro. 14 states are sending troops.
I remember the other day we were talking about this, so I think it was like 11 or something.
Mm-hmm.
It
Now
high.
it's 14. 14 states have sent troops from Iowa, Nebraska,
Illinois,
Indiana. It just keeps growing. And they're not only just sending troops. And we saw some of the pictures. These fresh face recruits just coming out of boot camp are being sent there to do what? And it's saying, what did it say? 40,000
criminals,
not illegals, criminals have been arrested.
Already judging them from the get-go.
So, yes, they're here illegal. But you know, I'm going to face this on a twofold. One is that it's good and it's bad, because the illegals that are here, who's going to do their job if they leave? We boot them out.
Mm-hmm. Get you thinking.